Hey there, Flo here. So I'm going to continue where I left off yesterday. I've been contending with rain, and I don't know if it's raining right now or not, because literally every 5 minutes or less it changes. So all morning and afternoon so far it's been raining for like 5 minutes or 30 seconds or half an hour at a time, like it's completely random. So I am just going to see what I can do. I think according to the hourly forecast, it's supposed to be getting better later in the afternoon. I mean, it's already later in the afternoon, but it's supposed to have less chance. So I'm just going to take my chances. If it starts raining, I'll probably just end the stream because I can't really work out here when it's raining, but we'll just play it by ear. Make sure my stream looks fine. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, I know, I was gonna change the ratio on my noise. Let's see, where's that? Ducking, let's make it 1.5 like I did the other day. That way it still ducks, auto ducks, but doesn't completely destroy the music when I'm talking. I want it, to work pretty well when I'm talking, but when I'm just making little noises with the work that I'm doing, I don't want to cut the music out completely. Okay. The clouds that are rolling in right now look terrible, but let's see. This might be the shortest stream of all time. Definitely is the most unpredictable stream of all time because I probably will instantly end it if it starts raining. Or, I don't know, I mean, it's been so random that I could probably literally go inside for like 5 minutes, just do a BRB screen and it would stop raining. It's been insanely on and off, like ridiculous. I've wanted to start the stream like 10 times. I walk outside, it's like, oh, it looks nice. It's super sunny and no rain clouds anywhere close to visible range. And then I go in to change some settings on my OBS and get ready to go. And then I walk out again. Oh, it's raining. It's just really annoying. But, oh well. I wish this whole deck area was covered. That would be absolutely amazing. Or if there was some way to I don't know, make it covered, like one of those roll out canopy things or something. I don't really like those things that much, but I wouldn't want it to be permanently covered necessarily, because it's nice to have sunshine when you want it, but the ability to cover it when you need to would be nice. Actually, probably what I should do is invest in one of those expandable canopy things. Actually, I keep forgetting about how cool these are and that I want to get one. Nothing special about them. I mean, there's a million different ones. It would be nice for days like this where I'm kind of held captive to the weather a little bit. Alright, so I didn't necessarily show it, you might have seen, but this side had very little water on it because of this angled thing that I changed yesterday, so that's a big success. I'm going to do the same alteration on the other side if I don't get rained out. I really wish, now that I think of that canopy thing, I wish I had one. I've been thinking about buying one for years, and definitely within the last year or so, because because I didn't know if we were going to have a place to work, like a shop, like my parents decided to invest in. I didn't know that was going to happen. And so I was trying to think of ways to do work outside of the weather issues. And that was one of the considerations, just getting a canopy. Here is the coolest cat around, by the way. Nicest cat ever. Hey there. It's a neighborhood cat, it's not my cat. But it's super nice. Alright. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm setting the exposure manually on my phone. I'm also running through Video Ninja in a browser instead of Video Ninja native app, which is the only way for me to set the exposure like that. So anyway, just in case I look at this later and wonder what's different, looks a little different, that's the difference. I'm hoping that it won't do the weird exposure pulsing thing that it sometimes does. That's the main reason I chose to try that today. Been meaning to try that just because I can't stand how stupid it looks when it's like constantly adjusting the exposure. Alright, well, let's try to work on this other side. See if I can do it a little bit faster than yesterday, because by doing it once I kind of figured out what some of the pitfalls are, and hopefully I can avoid some of those today. I think I'm still kind of sick, or I have a lot of fluid inside of me and I just haven't really recovered. Or low energy too. But it could be partially seasonal allergies too. I can never remember when my allergies start getting bad. I don't think it's this time of year. I don't know though. Alright, I guess I need to get this out of the way. Just flip it around that way. I honestly think that probably as soon as I get all my stuff out, it's going to start raining. It just feels that way. The clouds that are blowing in don't look very encouraging, but just hope for the best. Hope that that's not the case. But to be perfectly frank and honest, it looks like it's gonna rain again. Probably without exaggerating and being conservative, it's probably rained at least 20 times today. But it might have been 100 times, like just starting, stopping, constantly. Blow my nose. Be right back. Yeah, I feel like I'm still sick. I feel like I'm never gonna get better. Okay, so what are we doing? I'm gonna take this off first. So I was trying to get stuff over here, but I didn't quite get that far. Oh yeah, I did charge my battery last night. Often forget. Yep, I can feel the rain. I hope it just barely drizzles and moves past, but if it starts pouring, I will end the stream probably, or at least throw a tarp over this stuff. It looks bad too, like that cloud coming in. Super annoying. I kind of knew it was going to do that, but I was just trying to be optimistic and hope, but I might have to go undercover. I just can't tell. I'll just keep going until it just starts actually raining. It's drizzling right now. Super annoying. Never stops. It doesn't stop for more than 10 minutes today. It's very weird. Weird weather. It's kind of like coastal weather, I guess, which is weird because I'm in the mountains, and usually the mountains kind of stop everything. At least they kind of buffer it so it's not as crazy. But today it literally feels like I'm on the coast. Just like every single cloud that comes in is completely unhindered and just does its thing. Takes so long to get everything set up. By the time it's set up, weather is completely changed again, like 3 times. Oops, sorry, I didn't see you there, buddy. Okay. I did find that screw from yesterday where I just somehow misplaced one single screw. It was around, it was just sort of hidden. Try not to misplace any this time. So first lesson that I learned from yesterday is to put these on the board first, not on the table structure. And I kind of knew that would probably be the best way to go, but sometimes I know what's best and I don't really know why I choose otherwise. I just think that it doesn't really matter, but it ends up mattering more than I would have thought. Okay, so inspect this. I can put them pretty much anywhere I want. Try to match the other side more or less, just to make it look nice. So on this side, we got it about 5.5 inches from that end, which is actually this end since I flipped it. And then 6.5 from that side. Yeah, I need to put that on my shopping list. I mean, not something I can buy right now, but just I try to keep a list of things that I eventually want to get, because if I don't write it down, I just forget, and then like a year later, I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to get one of those. So I've been using like this app, shopping list app on my phone for stuff like that lately, and I don't normally put the long-term things like that on there. I usually just put like groceries and stuff, but I found that if I put everything on there, then it'll keep it in my mind. And if I'm out and about and I see some deal, like a garage sale or something, or just a sale at some store, and I'm looking at my list, and I'll remember it. But if it's not on my list, I probably won't even think about it. Oh, my microphone word is coming in today, and I was sort of maybe gonna wait to see if it would arrive. What is going on there? Did I do something wrong? Did I put it in upside down or something? No, it's just for some reason that hinge has a lot of friction, but it won't feel like a lot of friction when I'm moving this because its mass will offset that. Anyway, so that is going to arrive sometime today, but I didn't want to just sit around and wait for the shipping notification to come in, so... Oh, I forgot. Okay, so I need to put this board in there, give it something to attach to. Okay, let's get a measurement. 78.3. But next IRL stream, I don't even need that microphone when I'm inside. But I haven't really been doing any indoor streams for quite a while. So basically every IRL stream, every stream I do, for the most part lately, will benefit from that microphone. Let's see, 78.3. I wish it would stop drizzling, though. It looks like that cloud that I'm in the middle of is stretching on forever, so I don't know if it's ever going to stop. It's getting a little bit worse right now. I don't mind getting a little bit wet. It's mainly my power tools, and I'm actually kind of concerned about this getting too wet because it's not really... I don't even know what will happen to it when it gets wet. I just know that I didn't do anything to weatherproof it, so I prefer it not to get wet. Forgot to plug it in. Take this door off. It has to come off anyways. Don't like that this wood is getting in. I hope it doesn't like really cause a weird issue on the surface. Man, rain, just stop, go away. The hourly forecast is complete trash. I would say the daily forecast is almost 100% garbage in my area, like not trustworthy. You can't make plans on it. But the hourly is a joke. Like they really have no clue. Like that whole thing, like Back to the Future, where Doc Brown is like, oh, what time is it? Oh, it'll stop at X time. That, I don't know if we'll ever get to that point, but it is very inaccurate. It's sort of like just a joke to me. If I ever actually watch it and pay attention to what's really happening versus what they predict, it's never accurate. They should probably be less definite in what they say. Like most scientists, they always think they know the facts. And they find out later that they're completely wrong. They should just say, like, a certain amount of certainty, which they do, but they're wrong in that. Like, they, for example, they say 0% chance of rain, which means it will not happen. Like, absolutely will not happen. So if it rains at all, they're just completely wrong. If they said like 10% chance, then I could say, oh, well, you know, but I don't know why they do that. Hey, hi Rez. Thanks for the lemon. I actually didn't even know who you were because the text-to-speech completely mangled your name. I was like, oh, cool. Dropping by the stream. I don't know who they are. That doesn't happen very often. It's like, oh, it's high res. I don't even know what it said. Like a very strange pronunciation. Okay. High res. Okay. Yeah, I heard you. You know me though. I don't like to bring attention to myself, so I'm not gonna. Probably won't engage you too much if you're talking about me, but sorry about that. It's just my nature. I don't really. But yeah, I did hear you. I just didn't want to keep the conversation about myself going, so I just let it fade out. It's mainly because it's not that I'm... Yeah, no, I understand. I know you know me. Just to explain, it's not that I'm that shy or whatever. It's mainly just like, I don't like going into somebody else's stream and making it all about me. Like, as an example, I've been watching this really amazing streamer on Kick. And because I go there pretty much to every one of her streams, people notice that I'm there, and you know, invariably, which I like being part of the community. But then there's a couple of guys in chat that just like try to talk about me too much in the chat, and I'm just like, no, okay, it's cool, let's talk about the streamer, but just like stop talking about me. This stream is not, it's not about me, it's this other person's stream. Let's enjoy what they're doing, not talking about my stupid crap. Especially since I'm totally not interesting. No, I like it when, it's kind of awkward. Like, if it was just me and those people talking and we're talking about me and I'm talking about them, that's fine. But it's really awkward when there's somebody producing content and you're talking about something that's not their content, It's just like, kind of makes the streamer feel awkward too. Like, you're trying to figure out, like, if we're talking to her or, talking about something that she knows about. And if it's just completely about us, then it's just, I don't know, it's kind of awkward. Right, no, I know. And it totally depends on the person. Like, one good example is Gives a Minute. Like, I don't know, I don't talk too much about him as be awkward or something, but I think he gets a little bit like thrown off if chat is talking about something that he's not like privy to or like knows about. And so whenever I'm in his chat, I try to keep it on topic. Other streamers, like you said, don't give a rip what you talk about. You could literally have this completely off the wall conversation that has nothing to do with them. And even they're not even included, and they're just happy to see, community or conversation happening, like you said. I myself on my stream am more of that second type. Like if there were two people talking in my chat, just like catching up as friends, and they're not even addressing me as the streamer, and I have no clue what they're talking about, I couldn't be happier. Just to see that two human beings, two friends are connecting, and I'm somehow facilitating that, being online, and they both drop by at the same time. To me, that's beautiful. That's absolutely glorious. And I feel honored that it's happening and I'm somehow part of it, even if I have no idea what's going on. But I can't push that ideology on others, so I try to be really sensitive to what other people like on their stream, and it's sometimes hard to figure out like what kind of vibe each streamer has. All right, enough about that awkward stuff, but yeah, just to get it out there in case there's somebody lurking that's like never understood why I'm that way. That's kind of why. Just those kind of concerns. Just trying to be sensitive to what other people want to do with their channels and whatever. But also, I don't like being the center of attention. That's also part of it. Okay, so even on my own stream, I don't really like, I'd rather have the conversation be about somebody else, to be honest. Okay, let's see. Dang, that was really impressive what, I don't know if you're still here, Hi-Res, but what Made in USA Review is doing on his channel. That kind of blew my mind. I actually could not, if he didn't tell how he was doing it, I would have no idea what was going on there. Like, I don't think I could recreate that without kind of a hint at how to get there. It's like, whoa, what is that? It's like, pretty cool. All right. Go. Yeah, it's funny, even though I keep my stream pretty simple these days, pretty clean and not a bunch of bells and whistles like I used to try to, I always wanted to have as many cool things going on. Even though I don't really do much of that anymore, I sort of want to play with it somehow. Like, I don't know. I kind of like the clean look for my stream these days without a bunch of distracting visuals, but I want to have, basically what I'd like to have is a billion different options that you could type stuff in chat. Like, I've thought about getting into StreamerBot, but unfortunately it's generally built for Twitch and YouTube, maybe Kick, but I mean, since I'm on 13 different platforms, I would want to make sure that whatever I create is not leaving out even the most obscure platform. So I wouldn't want to make something especially for Twitch or YouTube, especially since I literally get no viewers on YouTube ever, and Twitch is also pretty rare, so it doesn't even make sense to build all these special scenes and plugins just for those platforms. So anyway, but I want to add like things, like I want to keep it clean, but then like if you know all my commands, which I'd have this huge list on somewhere on a page you could click on, then you could do all sorts of crazy crap. So I've thought about getting back into the scripting stuff and playing around with all that tech wizardry just for fun. It's kind of pointless because I rarely get anybody dropping by, and even if they did drop by, they wouldn't have a clue that all that stuff existed. But it's more the idea of it. Okay, this is going to be super difficult. I probably should have marked where I wanted to use in advance. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that smart button that you asked me about some time ago would do all that stuff for you. Oh yeah, I've actually been. Yeah, same here. Like I think about within 20 to 25 feet, you're solid. Within 20 to 25 feet, you're solid. But here's the deal. If you have old cell phones, or even just think about buying an old cell phone, I can turn this into a wireless camera. Literally right here is a camera in my hands. So I would recommend that approach, but you know, it's up to you. I find it way more versatile. Like, I can't show my camera. Actually, let me see. Have you looked into video.ninja? Yeah, I have like 4 old phones, and so I can do multiple angles that way. The only problem is that some old phones are so bad, they're like so old that they can't even like send out a video feed, but it definitely works. And I would say that most phones, as long as they're not like over 10 years old, generally have better video than most old phones look better than typical garbage webcams and stuff. Yeah, same with Video Ninja. I haven't used DroidCam, I've heard of it, but yeah. This is difficult. I don't even know how to achieve this here. I kind of need 2 people. Let me see if I can sneak a clamp back there somehow. This is super hard to do. So I'll pull this up a little bit and then try to clamp it as I go here. No, Video Ninja does not. It just goes over the internet. You can use it if your phone has an internet connection, whether it's Wi-Fi or 4G, it will work. No special technology required. It's literally just a web browser. It uses a web browser as the source and the destination, so you just add a browser source in OBS to pull it in. It has its positives and negatives. There are a couple downsides to it, but generally I found it to be pretty good for what I want to do. If your connection's a little bit choppy though, the video quality could be maybe a little bit, I mean it's good, but it could be maybe not professional high fidelity for production work or something, but for everything I've done, I've been satisfied with it. There's a billion options, like it's almost overwhelming. You can pretty much do anything with it. Video Ninja can literally replace Discord and Zoom and all that as well. It can have any number of people on the same screen at the same time, all using their cell phones. It's ridiculous. I can't even explain all the things it can do, but it's pretty nuts. All I use it for is, sorry, I had a booger hanging out my nose. Hopefully that didn't come out of the stream, but it probably does. Give you some entertainment there. Massive allergies and sickness and cold weather going on. It's all kind of causing me to be a snot-nosed brat, whatever. Okay, so I think that's about where I want it. Okay. Yeah, to me, like, I don't necessarily want to have more cameras. I'd be more interested in having like a super awesome camera, but I'm pretty happy with the cell phone quality, but I don't know. It's kind of a give and take. Like, Gives a Minute is a good example for that too. He has top-notch quality camera, but problem is, if you have that kind of setup, that means you're holding this giant thing that's heavy and carrying it around. I don't want to do that. So, as much as I enjoy seeing those amazing high-quality video streams, I don't think that's the direction I'll ever go, simply because of the portability problems. Plus, I can't afford buying, super nice camera anyway. I have something that's halfway decent though. It's a mirrorless, Sony mirrorless camera that has clean HDMI. And when I do my Bible reading streams, that's the camera I use for that, which it looks pretty clean, but it'd be nice to have something I could use for IRL streams in a similar manner. Something on the form factor of a GoPro, but unfortunately, after all these years, still nobody is focusing on a camera that's set up for live streaming. Like with a wireless video feed to your phone that has no Chrome, no UI, it's just like totally clean and high quality video. Like, there's literally nothing on the market that does that. GoPro's the closest one, but as far as I know, you have to use their stupid broadcasting software instead of like your own solution, which is terrible. Insta360 also has cameras that can live stream, but you have to use their stupid software, which means you can't have like overlays and other cool cool mobile stuff. So yeah, it's just annoying. Surprised that after all these years of live streaming being popular that no one's really tackled that product, I guess. Or if there is things, like Sony made a weird little white tube looking camera, and then the Mobi brand was sort of trying to do that, but they're really expensive. They're unnecessarily expensive and not really that good, in my opinion. Oh shoot, somehow I thought I gapped it well enough, but apparently it's angled a little bit so that it's catching here, so that's annoying. It's mainly because as I was lifting it up, I was changing the angle unknowingly. So probably it's the best way to fix that. I should have had just a much bigger gap. It's gonna suck to try to fix that. One thing I could do is just file off the edge of this board right here, because it's really minimal. There's actually just a little, I think it's probably better to try to move it, unfortunately. Like I said, this would be a lot easier with a second pair of hands. It's hard to keep this in position when it's balancing on its end. I should have tested it before I committed to all the screws, though. That would have been wise. Let's see if that did anything. Alright, that was just enough. That should do it. Alright, fixed. Okay, I'm a little bit confused at that, but what did I do? Okay, I need to redo it. Before I do that, though, I'll get my nose cleared up a bit. It's like way off. I don't know what happened. Okay, I gotta test this real quick, make sure my microphone's back on. Yep. Okay, just a second, I'll be a couple more minutes. Okay. Alright, I don't think high res is still here, but just in case. So my phone is actually a wireless mic system too, using Video Ninja. It pretty much does everything. It's almost like, can Video Ninja do it? And the answer is probably. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. Just in general, can Video Ninja do it, where it is something, some action in the world? The answer is yeah, probably, or yes, definitely. Okay, so I put this in the wrong place, so I need to move it. I don't know what I was thinking. I blame the fact that I'm still sick and not at my best. I just don't think I'm ever going to get better. That's what it feels like. You can probably see it from there. It just doesn't match up with this one. I don't know how I ended up doing that, but way off. It's not trivial, though. It's pretty hard to do this, in my defense. Okay, so let's get an idea of what it will look like if it is in the right place. About right there. But that's actually excessive. I'm gonna split the balance between both sides. Okay, so probably the best way to figure this is I'm going to put a double gap in there just to be safe, even though I don't really want to have a big gap. It's problematic if I don't. But since I haven't looked into DroidCam in a while, I looked into it quite a long time ago. I'm guessing it's probably exactly the same thing as Video Ninja. What I was going to do is, except that I think Video Ninja probably has more features. It's just crazy all the stuff it can do, but I think that my guess is the same. It's the same basic technology. Okay, so I'm gonna mark these with a pencil and hopefully hopefully use that as kind of a guide on whether I get it in the right place or not. It's really hard to figure out when you have it upright. Even putting these pencil markings is hard to match up with those because they're not flat up against the thing. I got a curved surface there. But all I need to do is get one screw in place and then the rest will fall in place, but just that is crazy difficult. Okay, I'm gonna take a leap of faith. Don't really know if this is in the right place because it's impossible to actually do without somebody holding it in position and checking from the front side, but I am going to assume that this might be close. Just try it. So I'm going to push it back just a tad bit more. This might suddenly fall off. It's really hard to hold this up here. Barely balancing on the edge, I just dropped a screw. Just need somebody to hold this for me. So I could really use at this point. Hopefully that's close enough. I have no idea where that screw went. Nonsense. Yeah, I think I'm still quite sick. I don't think I'm getting any better. Super irritating. Thought it was just a simple cold or something, but it's just, I'm getting worse. So stupid. See, this can just like move all over the place, so there's no way to like have any kind of orientation on where it should be.
A red snapper. It's very tasty.
Hey Beth, thanks for the host. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing better than I am. What were you doing today on your stream? Okay, that seems pretty good. I'm gonna go with it. These aren't perfectly aligned, but this whole structure is completely not straight. It's skewed and stuff because of the cheap boards that I'm using, so there's just a certain amount. Taught me how to use a table saw. It's like the most perfect alert for this scenario. Hey, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, right? Thanks for the ice cream. Yeah, so I've been building this firewood cabinet for a while, and I came to realize recently that I used to have these things opening like this, which I liked it, but the problem is when it rains, the rain just collects on here, and it's not good for it. I mean, I do have a tarp over it and everything, but it's better for the rain to run off and not just pool up there, especially when it starts freezing overnight. So I'm changing these to like be able to lift up this direction instead of this direction. That way I can just put something under here and keep them at an angle when I'm not using it, so the rain just falls off the front instead of pooling up there. I thought I was pretty much done with this project, but after I realized that, I decided to fix it, especially since it's starting to rain all the time now. It's been raining on and off all day today. Most days it's been raining a little bit. It's super hard to do with one person. Can't get these angles. Not very good at doing this left-handed. Kind of have to. Guess technically I could get inside there probably. Might make it a little bit easier. Oh, sorry for the boring host. I'm not the most interesting destination, that's for sure. It's just the way it is. Ooh. I should do more hosts myself, but it's kind of complicated since I'm restreaming on so many platforms. It's like most platforms I don't get enough viewers to warrant a host. Like Kick, for example, you have to have at least 5 viewers just to even be able to do a host. And typically, if I have 1 viewer on any platform, that's doing pretty good. I think I get the most viewers on Rumble. I don't know if they're actual people or if they're bots or something, but it seems like there's usually 3 or 4 people watching there, or 3 or 4 entities of some kind, whether it's a digital entity or an actual person, I don't know. Pretty much all the other platforms, if I have 1 person, I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Oh, hey, potato guy, been a while. You're doing good? Oh, no worries. Yeah, I'm just picking up an old, well, not that old, but a recent project that I thought I was finished with, and just making a little change to it. I'm doing okay, except that I'm sick. I can't seem to get over whatever this thing that I have is. It's just driving me nuts, but other than that, I'm doing just fine. My parents are going to be visiting in a few days here, so I'm trying to get some of these little projects done before they arrive. I pretty much don't really tend to be very productive when I have guests. Well, I thought I was going to go faster today because I'd already done one like this, but nah, not so much. Some other challenges. Something always goes wrong. Okay, so now I need to cut another piece for the bottom, which I don't know if this one is long enough or not. Looks like it might be. Yeah, okay. It's raining again. It's like constant, like little flurries of rain. Okay, so this one is about 72.25 or less. I always cut them a little bit long so I can trim them afterward. Wait, what did I say? I don't even know what I said. Whoa, 78.2, I think. 5, but I think 2 is actually what it is. 78.2. Off. Been doing really well with making them nice and tight, but this one's loose, so I'll have to actually clamp it in place. A lot easier when they're super tight and I don't have to do any of this clamping business. I know it sounds ironic that I currently have a wireless mic system. Like, look at me. I'm attached to nothing. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Just gonna walk over here. Still hear me. Magic, tra-la-la. Yeah, it's great. It works. But the problem is, I have to, it's not that big of a deal, but I have to have this phone in my pocket. And then I have this lapel mic going up here, which is, it's all fine and dandy, but if I'm doing IRL streams, like out where I'm hiking, I can't do it this way. I have to use IRL Pro, and I can't have multiple phones, one for the audio, one for the video. So, oh, hey, for the glory of Christ. I've seen you around on DLive, but I don't believe I've seen you on my stream before. I know you've been around for probably some years at least. Good to see you. Thanks for the follow. Did you come from Beth's stream, or just kind of randomly found the stream by yourself? I don't get a lot of people finding my stream, that's why I'm curious. Been streaming for 5 years, but tend to remain pretty obscure. Skooks? Oh, Scoops. Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, so I'm a variety streamer. I've been doing this for 5 years on DLive, and I'm actually streaming on 13 different platforms, believe it or not. But DLive is kind of my original home. We kind of spread out since then. Mainly because if I don't, I pretty much don't really get anybody watching. But the cumulative effect of being on a bunch of platforms means there's a slight chance that somebody might drop by, and I find that more interesting and fun as a streamer. Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah, I don't consider myself a carpenter. I just do a lot of DIY. DIY random stuff, really. Nice. Yeah, I do. My biggest thing is hiking. I'm a very avid hiker. I would hike all the time if I could figure out a lifestyle that sustained that. Okay, so these need to be, let me look at this other one, make sure I don't do something stupid. I'll probably do something stupid anyway, but do my best here. Have you ever streamed, or are you just a viewer? I've seen you on various channels throughout DLive over the years, but I don't know that I've noticed whether you stream or not. Okay, right about there should be good. Yeah, I've been really enjoying making these projects and stuff. If I could, I don't know, if I had continual need to work on this kind of stuff, I would do it all the time, but I'm kind of setting up a newly built shop with some accessories, and this particular project doesn't relate to the shop, but it's It's just a project I've been wanting to do for a long time. Basically, I don't know if you can see, but there's an ancient picnic table over there. And that's where we used to put firewood underneath it, just next to the house over there. But it's completely trashed. It's kind of disintegrating into just rotten wood. And so came up with the idea of making this roll around cart thing to put wood in. And so I've been working on that. It'll be very handy. Can also be used for a work table. As you can see, I'm using it as a workbench right now. And it'll also be serviceable as a table to sit at. It's not ideal for that because it doesn't have an overhang, so you can't like get your legs necessarily under it, although you could open the door and put your feet in there or something. But you'd also have to have like higher stools, which we'll have to get some. But hey Dale, I saw you come by, but I was trying not to interrupt my train of thought because every time I do that I'm like never remember what I was talking about. But thanks for the ice cream and lemon. Hope you're doing good, dude. Need to blow my nose again. I'm still not feeling well, so be right back. I had a big old snot coming out of my nose on stream earlier. Try to avoid that again. And every time I come in here, I like to check my mic to make sure it's still working. Yep. Somewhere I had a drink. I don't know what happened to it. If I left it in here or if it's sitting out there somewhere. Probably out there. Yeah, I don't know how much more hiking I'm going to do this year. It's getting really cold and rainy, and pretty soon it's going to start snowing. We've already had our first snow of the year. So. Thanks, man. Thanks for the feedback. Where is my drink anyway? It should be... Oh, there it is. Yeah, once it starts snowing, it's kind of all downhill from there as far as like being outside at all. It's so cold. It's so cold here. I have, like in the past couple of years, I've done a lot more snow hiking and snowshoeing. So I might do some of that this year, but it kind of depends. Like sometimes the snow is so bad that you can't even drive anywhere. Like they plow the main roads, but not any roads that go out like to outdoor destinations. So unless you have like a snowmobile or an absurd outdoor vehicle, I mean, I have a Jeep and I still can't get around sometimes. So unless you have like a massively jacked up or heightened high clearance vehicle with ridiculous tractor tires on it, you're not really going anywhere once it starts really snowing here. So, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I can get out even when it's cold. Yeah, so we'll see. It'll probably be a lot of snow this year. I don't know. I don't know that they actually know what they're talking about because they can't even get, like, they literally can't even get the same day forecasts right. So I don't know how they have any clue what's coming down the line, like months in the future. But all right, this is another kind of difficult thing to do here. Got to prop this up while I screw it in, hopefully get it straight. No idea what kind of camera angle I got. It's probably fine. Are the hurricanes hurricanes all done, or are they still talking about more coming in? Like, seems like every time I hear what's going on, there's like another one coming in or something. Yeah, in my area, I don't know about, maybe it's better in your area, but in my area, all of Oregon, all my life, even when I lived in Portland, they're always far off. I consider it a complete joke, pretty much. Yeah, I saw what you did there. I'm pretty much Spock, though, so don't expect to get a huge laugh out of me. Occasionally it happens when I'm off my rocker, off my guard, whatever. Okay. This is difficult. Trying to hold this in position to get it screwed in. That's a good thing. I like goofballs. I'm also a goofball, but I don't know. Anyway. I actually met my match in female form. I don't mean like a love interest. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about I met a girl streamer that's a lot like me. Not exactly like me, but there's a lot of personality crossovers. I've been enjoying her streams quite a bit lately. Okay. Yeah, she's a big nerd like me, and not in the same way. Like, we have different interests, but she likes Weird Al, and she likes goofy things. Yeah, I talk about her quite a bit. I've been watching all of her streams. Kind of hooked, but I'm not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not interested in that way. But I enjoy her content. It's actually been quite encouraging, keeping me cheered up in many ways because I don't have a lot of friends these days. So I chat with some of her people in chat, and I've just been enjoying it. But yeah, her name is Captain N_E. She's on Kick and Twitch. I watch her on Kick, of course. I don't watch anything on Twitch, but yeah, I actually went to church this last Sunday, which I haven't been going to church because I just have a hard time doing that stuff. But I'm not anti-church at all. I've gone to church most of my life, but last few years I've just had a hard time settling anywhere. Plus I've grown kind of just more socially dysfunctional, so it's kind of a stretch for me to do much. A lot of anxiety and issues. But yeah, I wish more churches did evening services. I think that is definitely more my vibe. I am absolutely not a morning creature at all. I can't even function. Okay, that looks surprisingly good. Turned out well. Of course, I wish I could redo these so they're wider, but I don't know what her deal is. Why she's so nice to me. She's been hosting me pretty regularly, not like every stream or anything, but just here and there. It's like, what in the world? Why are you? I don't get it when people think I'm interesting at all, because I know I'm boring, and it's proven whenever somebody hosts me, everybody's just like quiet and disperses like instantly, typically. But I consider it a high compliment, because I guess that just means they like me as a person, or don't think I'm a total cretin, because it's certainly not my content. My content's trash. I'm fully aware of that. But yeah, she's a nice lady. Am I happy with this, or do I want to pull that in a little bit? I put a gap in there just as a precaution, but it is kind of gapped out a little bit farther than I might like, but I think I'll let it be. I could pull it in a little tighter. What do you think about it? If I pull it in any tighter though, it won't open this far, so I probably should leave it where it's at, because this is going to hit here, and if I pull it in tighter, it wouldn't even open this far, so I'll leave it. That's fine. All right, well, I think I'm actually done with this project. I mean, I'm not totally done with this project. There's actually quite a few things I still need to do. Like, as an example, there's nothing on the backside. I don't know if you can see through there a little bit. Like right there, you can see through the backside. I ran out of these cedar fence posts, or whatever you call them. Not posts. Fence planks, I guess, whatever. That's what I was using to cover this up. So I did both the sides and have the front, but there's nothing on the back. Okay, that's cool. There's actually quite a few people still around. Just like I'm actually surprised that people still consider me an OG, because I feel like there's kind of this culture on DLive there. If you start restreaming, everybody kind of just stops watching you, you know? Like, I never stopped streaming on DLive, but it's, you know, like, for example, when Gives a Minute made Kick his home, it felt like most everybody on DLive stopped watching him as much, and, you know, it's just kind of what people do. I don't blame them, you know, it's fine. I don't really care one way or the other, but I had to spread my wings and stop being a DLive exclusive guy, and I think when I did that, probably a lot of people just wrote me off or whatever. Or it could have been the Bible reading, I don't know exactly, but I kind of don't really feel like I'm part of the DLive community anymore, except through, you know, connections with a few of you guys. But you gonna try beam out? Yeah, well, he's already been on there before. He's not gonna switch it to be his main platform though, is he? Like, he's still gonna consider Kick as his primary target audience, right? As far as I know. But yeah, I think he's already done some streams on there for the last month or so, or a few weeks anyway. There's just the problem with Beam is there's nobody there. Like, I don't get any viewers on Beam, and I already know my stream sucks, and so I don't expect it. But you can kind of gauge how well a platform's going to do by there being anybody there. Like Live Space and Bolt Plus and all those other places, they're good sites, but there's just no audience at all. So yeah, it's like, if there's not a strong viewer base on the platform, it's, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's not going to survive, but you can have all the cool features in the world, and if nobody's there to see it, it just really doesn't make any difference. It's a sad reality. So yeah, I think I'm actually done with this for today. I also need to make some kind of clasps so these stay closed, of course, but I'm not worried about that right now. So now these open this way so the rain can slide off. That was my main goal, and then when I realized I had to redo these doors as a result of changing how I had to put this piece of wood in here to give this something to screw into, which meant these could no longer recess inside of there, so I had to change the doors, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I think I am done with this project for now. Let's see what time it is. Do I have time to do a second project? Thanks, man. Yeah, it's pretty basic. All these projects that I've been doing are not meant to be like beautiful works of art, or like, you know, they're literally just utilitarian. So if they happen to look nice, then that's bonus, but really it's just making a functional piece of furniture or whatever you want to call it. All right, so yeah, I'm done with this. I'm gonna maybe pull out another project And because it's so annoying to set up a new stream, I might just keep going. I usually like to compartmentalize my streams so it's like one at a time, but let's just pull it out here and show what I'm hoping to achieve, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna pull out the thing that I'm gonna work on. I don't have a lot of time before it gets dark, but I could at least get a start on it. The stupid weather pattern that's been going on. Trying to take advantage of any time I get a couple minutes of no rain. Since it's not raining right now, I may as well keep going. I would do like a soccer ball juggling thing for a while for give it, some exercise, but I'm just not feeling well. And every time I do some kind of exercise, it actually makes me feel worse. Like I've gone on a couple hikes, and I love that, but I feel like my body's not fully recovered, so it actually seems to weaken my immune system, and then I have sort of a relapse of just a little bit. Getting kind of tired of being sick. Okay. All right, so this is a thing that I have inside right by the fireplace that I also made. I didn't make the metal ring part of it. We had that metal ring fire loop thing. But so what I'm hoping to do is I have all this paper that I need somewhere to put it. So I'm thinking to build like a platform so there's like a shelf on top of this. So that's essentially what I'm hoping to do. And I'll just get a little start on it. I won't probably finish that today, but I'm not even going to draw this one. I'm going to hope that I can figure it out just by piecing it together. Hey, Mythic Russ, thanks for dropping by. I saw that, or I heard text-to-speech, and I said nothing. I'm kind of rude like that, Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of us that are still from the old days. I don't know, there's several different categories of old days, though. Like, Dale is even older days than I am, or any of us probably, so he probably thinks we're a bunch of D-Live whippersnappers, but then there's my age, about 5.5 years now, and then there's people that came like 2 or 3 years ago, and so I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. There's too many cliques. I don't really like cliques. I'd rather just treat everybody the same, but it's hard not to. When you've had friends for so many years, you kind of treat those people differently, and that's just totally normal. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. So yeah. I guess I will pull this stuff out and throw it in here real quick, just to get it out of the way. It's hard to I don't like, the main reason I don't like the click thing is I want new people that come by for the first time to feel just as special as somebody I've known for 5 years. And if I can achieve that somehow, I try to be equally kind and socially, not outgoing, but just same treatment everybody if possible, but obviously it's not entirely possible. Yeah, and I hate that. That's what I want to avoid. So yeah, if you're new, this is your first time, you've been lurking, this is your first stream lurking, or you've been lurking for 5 years, that's never said anything. You're equally part of the community in my mind, but the problem is I'm not a community leader, so even if that's true, you're not really part of anything great just here on my channel. But overall, as a streaming community or platform, I try to think of everybody as the same. favoritism, especially not like if you have a badge or something like Mythic Rest. Like, I almost treat people worse if they have a badge. Of course, I have a badge too. Lino founder. Pretty proud of that. That's probably why nobody talks to me. Most people don't talk to me. They're like, ew, here's a Lino founder badge. He's so cool. I'm just kidding. I don't really care about badges. Don't need no stinking badges. Yeah, you are pretty cool. Are you still... Yeah. You're still you're still a global partner, right? Do they even track metrics anymore? Like where they, like for example, if you don't meet whatever their dumb rules are for keeping your badge, they don't like take badges away like they used to, do they? Yeah. Yeah, Rust's got all the badges. I didn't even know you could keep those badges. I thought like some of those ones that you have were like event badges and they would just go away after a while. I don't know why I moved that over. These out of here. I'm not going to have enough time to get very far on this project, but even just emptying it out so I can start thinking about it as some kind of progress. It annoys me, my mini version of OCD, the fact that my stream title and description don't talk about this second project. It makes me want to stop and restart the stream, but it takes about an hour to do that because I have to like set it up on 13 different platforms, change the title, make a new image. Yeah. I haven't talked to staff in ages. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I know them by name. Like back in the day, I talked to Hey Nicholin, but I don't know if she would know who I am these days. I don't know if staff actually goes around and visits streams like they used to. If they do, I'm definitely not seeing it on my channel. I think I'm kind of mini blacklisted in their minds. I don't know, probably because I'm not a DLive fanboy multi-streaming, so everybody thinks I'm a second-class citizen, which I don't even qualify as that class. I'm like a 16th class. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Tidy. I know he went over to Kick, but I never heard anything since then, like how he's doing over there, what part he's playing, or if he's happy, and I don't have a clue. Alright, so this is gonna maybe make this more of a permanent thing, like actually screw these down. They're just kind of sitting there right now, but before I do any of that, build a shelf on the top. 111th Masonic Arms class. Nice. Chill Outdoors is still a GP, hasn't been here for like 2 years. Okay, yeah, that kind of answers my question. I kind of thought that was the case, that they're not really policing the badges anymore. I remember not too long ago they were like dropping badges all the time. Like if you didn't keep up your numbers for that month, you could lose a badge potentially. Apparently they don't really care much, at least for now. I could see that changing though, like they could just revamp the whole partner program again if they wanted to. Oh really? Yeah, he's a great human being. Like, I mean, I can't say I know much about his personal life. He may have faults that I don't know about, and we all do. I'm not talking about perfection in moral sense, but as far as a community leader and the person who showed compassion and care toward others, like, as far as I know, he was like solid gold. It's a shame that what happened with D-Live and that he wasn't able to continue in that same capacity, because he really carried the whole platform. One man carrying the platform, in a sense, like keeping the community going and informed. And since he left, it hasn't even happened at all. As far as I know, no staff has live streamed at all since he left. Like, as a live streaming platform, and the staff doesn't even do that anymore. It just seems weird to me, but whatever. Okay, so yeah. Pretty much, that's what it felt like. I know there's people behind the scenes, doing technical changes, and it's not like he was doing it all, but as far as the community goes, he was definitely holding it up. Nobody else was doing squat in that regard. Anyway. Okay, so I need to go grab a couple boards and figure out how tall this thing needs to be. Probably need at least 3 boards. More than that. Just for the vertical posts. By the way, my wireless mic has an effective range of probably 10,000 miles. Fairly unmatched. I don't know what the farthest point on the planet is, like the exact opposite side of the planet. But as long as there's 4G or some Wi-Fi I could connect to in that spot or nearby, I could still live stream my wireless audio from that position. Just saying. Technically, I could do my video too in my current configuration, but it's kind of relative though, because technically you can do the same with, as long as you sign up for some kind of cell service in another country. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Every once in a while, the cool factor of the tech gets to me, and I just have to say something. It's not meant to be a boasting thing. It's just, I think it's cool. I'm standing all of it. I mean, there was a bunch of trees and a house in between, and probably 50 yards away, not line of sight. Okay. Here goes. Alright, so I'm going to do the same kind of basic construction I've been doing all across all these other projects. So there's a little challenge here because I have this intruding piece of plywood, so I need to figure out what to do about that. I don't actually know. My inclination is to try to cut a piece of that plywood off right where this needs to be, because I want to put this right here, just like that. Ideally, the plywood would have extended all the way to the edge of that board, but I just used a piece that I had laying around and it wasn't quite big enough, and I just decided, that's fine. But it had this particular consequence right now that isn't ideal. The other compromise I could make is instead of doing my standard 2 beams up, I could just have 1, and then I could just pull it in just slightly right there. That's probably the best choice. Kind of goes against my structural sensibilities, but it'd probably be sufficient, especially since it'll be braced up on the top. I guess I'll do that. I can almost fit a board right here, but not quite. The other thing I was considering doing is putting the board on the back side of this. So I could do that. That might be a better route. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I didn't know that only one board would be necessary. Like if I put one width of a board on the back of there, that's enough. Yeah, that's totally what I'm going to do. Okay. I know I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know if anyone's watching or tracking with what I'm talking about here, but I'm going to cut a piece the width of this thing and just screw it onto the back of there, and that'll be the platform for the posts going up. Let's see. I don't really love that because then I have to do angled screws and it won't be like super structural, but I can put a support structure of some kind on there if I want. Yeah, I feel bad for Tidy. I don't know all the backstory of what happened or what he struggles with, but I really liked him as a person. I don't know if I would have called him a friend because he didn't confide in me. As far as the same level as the other people that I knew from D-Live, I'd call him a friend. But as far as like personally invested in, he knew who I was and he supported, he gave me donations on my stream and whatnot. But as far as like saying like, yeah, Tidy's my friend, we talk, hang out, whatever, nah, not really, but I cared about him in that sense. And I hope he's doing all right. I tend to be the kind of person that breaks down statuses. So like, he's a staff. Yeah, he's like higher than me or anybody. Same with like people with badges and stuff. Like, I don't really think anyone higher than another person just because of status or position or whatever. So to me, he wasn't just, like he or anyone else isn't just like this celebrity or leader or whatever necessarily. He's just like another human being. The same issues that we all have. Issues and good things, bad things, all that stuff. Oh, shoot, I guess I unplugged this. Literally, like, everybody's just a human being. Like, they go home, they might have a family, they might not. I know he had a family. I don't know what his relational status is these days or whatever, but I know he had a son, and he goes home and eats food, eats meals, spends time with his kids, and has hobbies. He's just like a human being like everybody else. Everybody's the same in that sense. Alright, let's see if that's the right length. Looks like I got it a little bit too long somehow. I might have measured it for this other side. This thing should be the square and the same on both sides. I did use the crappy pencil technique where you just trace something, which doesn't always get the exact same width. Check it over here. I think I just need to cut 2 of those. Yep. I think of celebrities even that way, like some famous person in Hollywood that, yeah, they got different lifestyle and everything, but they're also human, and they may or may not have a family and have friends, and they want to have the same experiences that we have as a human being, friendship, love, even spiritual things. They should if they don't. All that. Like, we're all just humans. I always thought it'd be cool to have a celebrity friend, not for the sake of feeling like you're important because you have a celebrity friend, but just giving them an out, like giving them the opportunity to just connect with a normal human rather than, I feel like most famous people only hang out with other famous people, and they maybe don't know what it's like just to have a normal friend who hangs out with them because they actually genuinely enjoy their company rather than like the whole elite status, weirdness. I don't know. Not that I ever care enough about that concept to pursue trying to find a celebrity to be a friend with or anything. It's just something I think about from time to time. Okay. Because I wouldn't treat him like a celebrity, I would just treat him like a human being. It would be interesting, that dynamic, see if that could even work. Have a famous friend, but just treat him like everyday, normal human. It would kind of suck though, because they would probably have the paparazzi following them everywhere, and then I'd have to invite that kind of attention in my life, which I would not want, so. Okay. I don't normally change the title or description of my streams once I've started, so I'm probably not going to, but maybe on the platforms like YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and whatnot, BitChute, where these replays stay, indefinitely after the stream. I might go in and change the description to talk about the fact that I worked on this second project. Maybe, I don't know. Man, it's everywhere. Oh boy, I see. some reason I was thinking I drilled those holes already, but nope. Just wanted to get one side connected. It's a little bit easier. Don't have to worry about it sliding around. This would actually be easier if I just took this off and treated this like a flat plane. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I could just go like this. Much easier. All right, one side down, one to go. This might be about all I do is get these things on. I'll try to get the posts connected though. That'd be cool. I don't think I'll finish the whole project. This is a pressing issue in particular. Priority for me because it's a massive mess inside with all sorts of paper. Like I've never had a good place to put all the paper that I use to start fires, and so I'm putting this platform on the top of this thing so that I can put the box of paper on top, because I can't balance anything on this currently, obviously, and this is always full of wood, and there's just nowhere to put the paper, so that's why I'm adding this. And my parents are coming over in a few days. I'm trying to clean the place up, and that big old pile of paper has just been a mental nuisance to me, just trying to figure out where I'm going to put it. So this will ultimately solve that. I have to keep it because I don't buy paper to burn, that's stupid. I just save it up over the year. But I'm not really using it during the warm months, so I have quite a stack of it, but once I do need it, I go through it fairly quick because I need quite a bit. I might not need as much as I have. I could probably recycle some of it, but I never know until the winter comes and goes how much I'm going to need, so I don't run out of time. I don't know if there's any purpose for the way I'm doing this, but technically I don't even need this ring. Once I put these posts in, the boards, I mean the wood could stack up against these posts that I'm putting in. But I think I'll keep the ring in there. I don't necessarily know why, but for now I'm going to keep it in there. But I sort of want it to be able to come out. I was sort of, in my initial brainstorming for this project last night, I was thinking the platform that I put on the top could hinge up so that I could lift the ring out of there, but if I make it so it can hinge up, it won't be quite as strong. I don't know. I haven't decided. The top doesn't need to support like a ton of weight either, so it I think instead of having vertical 2x4s on the shelf on the top, I'll probably just put them sideways. I hope I don't regret that later, but I don't think it needs to be massively strong. Really just strong enough to hold a box of paper. It's like a big Rubbermaid bin full of paper and cardboard. Go through several iterations in my head. I don't necessarily draw them out, but like I also considered making an actual cabinet out of this thing. Instead of putting the fire ring, I could like build something kind of like this thing behind me. Yeah, we weren't even talking about high res. I don't know if Dale has anything negative to say about high res. He would say it on my stream. He knows I'm drama free here, but I have nothing negative to say about high res either. Friends with both of them and no drama zone. I don't know if something's going on, but I don't want to know about it if there is. Not my business. Yeah, I don't think he's still here. But yeah, this is a drama-free zone, so please don't try to stir up drama if there is some. It can stay with you guys. We don't do drama here. All right, so let's see. Okay, that's good. Just a joke then. That's very much allowed. Nice. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, we need to figure out how tall this needs to be, which it's kind of hard to figure out. Basically, I want the shelf to be as low as possible. So that, like, for example, I want these boards to be like right here so that this ring is right on the top. I don't necessarily want it to be taller than necessary. Although a little bit taller would be okay, I guess. But I think it's better to have it about right there. No worries. Well, I didn't know. I couldn't tell from your comment. It sounded like you were stirring something up. You know how sarcasm and tone of voice doesn't translate through chat, so I didn't really know. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so let me go grab a tape measure, even though I don't like using tape measures. It's going to be the easiest way to measure this right now. Try to get as close as I can. Not going to get all super. Thanks for the ice cream. I'm not going to get super technical. I could get a level out and stuff, but I'll just try to measure the basic height here. Yeah, they're both my friends as well. I've been on D-Live for 5.5 years, so we all know each other. Okay, so 43 inches to the top, approximately. Maybe 43. My math, my brain. Let's do 43.25, just to be safe. Okay, I think this should be long enough to do one of them. And I've seen you around D-Live too. I don't recall talking to you a lot, but I've seen you all over the place as well. Okay, so what was it? 43? Is that 43.25? So I'll cut this about right there, and then just confirm that that seems about right. It actually looks taller than it needs to be, but I do have that piece of plywood offsetting it a little bit. I think I'm okay with 43 inches. Let me check that one more time. 43 was the top. Okay, I need to... this is one of those things that would really help to have a drawing. I might actually have to do a crude drawing just to have this make sense to my brain. Let's see, so 43 is the top. And this is going to be 1.5 down from that. So 41.5. I think 41.5 will do it. Okay, 41 5/8. Yeah, 41 5/8. We'll go with that. I think that's right. All right, there we go. Nice to have my square, but I'll just eyeball it. As long as I cut all four the same length, it doesn't really matter. And as long as that length is working, should be okay. Test fit here, so this is going to be right there. Is there any way for me to, I don't know. I think I'm just going to trust the measurements, which is kind of dangerous because I have been known to do it wrong, but we'll cut 3 more of those at the same height. Just hope for the best. attach these? I don't know. I have to do angled screws, unfortunately, which I despise, but the other thing I could do that I think would make this a little bit easier is to cut the top things, which should be the same as the bottom width. Let's see. So whatever this bottom width is, just cut a thing that's the same. 40. And a half plus 60. 9/16. Okay. 2 of those. Have to go grab another board or two, but this will make it easier if I construct these and then put them on, I think. Sometimes I don't get it right, but I think that's the case here. I get these pieces all cut. I could probably do some of this inside too, so if I decide it's getting late and dark, I could probably continue the project in the shop or something, but not saying that I will do that, but I could. You give my ears a break. This stupid, what do we call this thing? Earplug thing. Kind of hurts wearing it too long. Good enough. So now the idea is if I assemble these in a U shape like this, then it should be a little bit easier to attach them to the bottom, theoretically. Not saying that this is going to be easy, particularly, but I think it's better than doing it the other way. Didn't really plan this project out. I don't know if this is the ideal way to assemble this at all. I need something going across too, and I don't have a plan yet as to how those will attach, but I think this will be okay. Where's my other clamp? These clamps aren't really doing anything other than I'm just trying to make it so it doesn't like fall over while I'm screwing it in. I don't have any other good way to do that. Although, actually, now that I think of it, if I had one more clamp, I could clamp it to this door over here, then it wouldn't fall over. Wish I had that clamp now because I can't keep this up without this. I'll just do this first. And then I'll go. Actually, that's pretty stable as is. I could probably just work with it right there. Sorry for the ruffling noises. Battling the snot. I don't think the sun's down yet, or even really that close. But because of the cloud cover, it kind of feels later than it is. I should have a good full hour before it starts getting dark, really. Can't tell if this is straight, but it doesn't really matter because I'll force it into position on the bottom. Sure what kind of camera angle I have going on. It's not too bad. Oh, it's getting kind of dark there. I have it set on a set exposure, so I should pump that up. I don't normally do it this way, except that I was annoyed that how much it just auto adjusts the exposure too much. If I put it on auto, it's like going up and down all over the place. Looks like junk. So I'm trying the manual exposure mode today. All right, that door came in handy for thing to snap onto. Okay, it's not. Okay, good. So now I just have to hook that, just using stupid angled screws, which I despise, but I'm not sure how else to do it. Problem is, it's really hard to hold it in place when I'm trying to do those angled screws. That's the main reason I despise doing the angled screws. I'll just have to push it up against that plywood and hope that that is a decent position for it to be in. That other side might fly out at any given moment because it's not really being held. by anything, so hopefully it doesn't do that. I guess actually what I could do is clamp it against this door over here, and I don't think it would go anywhere. Okay, I guess it's okay. These angled screws are not the most secure thing, so that's also why I'm not that much of a fan. They're just not as structurally sound as other options. At least it doesn't feel like it most of the time. Let me do the countersink thing with this. Let me take this stupid thing off. It's hurting my ears. I don't think I actually need it. When I have my earbuds in, I actually have music going, and I think it cancels the sound of the impact driver good enough so it doesn't hurt my ears. Well, if it doesn't go quite according to plan, I might get so angry that I throw it off a cliff, but I don't have any explosives, so so far everything's worked out okay though, so Oops, I forgot to do the countersink thing. That's true. Yeah, no, I'm pretty tame here. No crazy stuff. No, I don't really fit in the kit culture very well. Oh, it's always good to have somebody to chat with. Appreciate you saying hi. So I may choose, like, I think when I'm done, like, this is not overly strong. I don't really like that it's. What I could do is I could just slap a board on here to connect them, or actually what probably I'll do is use a mending plate because I have some of those. But all that said, I'm going to put another one of these over there, and then I'm going to have cross members connecting them, so that might be enough to make this strong. I mean, it's not super weak, but I've never been a fan of only connecting things by angled screws on the bottom like that, and so my structural sensibility tells me I'd like to have something else. Another thing I could do is put like an angled board inside here like that, like screw it down. That's probably what I'll do actually. Not sure what angle to use, but maybe just a 45. I need a longer board than that though, but yeah, when I'm done I'll probably reinforce it on the bottom with some angled pieces like that. That should make it pretty strong. Okay, so let's build the second thing going across. Is this the one? Yeah, so that's the other one, and then these are the two side pieces. Are you into carpentry or DIY stuff by chance, if you're still here? I don't consider myself a carpenter. I just enjoy making random things, make life easier. Cool. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people doing woodworking, so I don't get a lot of views for it, and I don't really care because I'm not in it for the views, but I feel like I'm doing something kind of unique in the streaming world. Not too many people doing it. This isn't my primary content, like it has been lately, just for whatever reason, but I'm actually been doing this for 5.5 years and do all sorts of different streaming content. This happens to be what I need to work on right now, and I pretty much stream just whatever I'm working on, whether it's projects like this or programming or piano playing or hiking, you know, just whatever. It's weird. It looks like there's a big old gap between those two boards. They are sitting as flush as they can be. Not sure what that's all about. Okay. Used to do bookbinding on stream. I've been wanting to do marble paper. I've been actually thinking about that more lately, but I'm missing the key piece of equipment, and that's always been my excuse not to do it because I want it to look cool on stream. Oh man, I hope not. Selfishly, I hope I'm gone before that happens, but I hope that never happens. I hope there's some kind of event that gives people just the choice to opt out of that whole scenario. But maybe it's best for humanity. I don't know. I'm not one to pretend I know what's best in that sense, but I don't like that idea personally. I'm not a fan. Just the whole automate everything, take away all the jobs. It's already really hard to like make a living doing any kind of creative endeavor. Like, I'm a creative person. I would have been a professional artist if it was easier to do in the world, but I'm not good enough. I'm not, not at the level of professional. But yeah, even more so than the art stuff like painting and drawing and stuff like that, I kind of lost my passion for that. But I still like to make things. I can do the bookbinding. I've done stained glass and marble paper and whatnot. And this carpentry stuff, all of it really is enjoyable to me. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. With all the looming wars and stuff, there could be an entire different scenario where all the technology goes away because, nuclear war or something. Yeah, I generally think that you're probably right, and I don't like it. The problem is machines won't try to do anything unless we give them the ability. And seemingly there's stupid people in the world that think that AI and autonomous machines are a good idea. Personally, not a fan. It's like a movie plot unfolding before our eyes. Let's see, I need to swivel this around. I don't mean to say that anybody that thinks AI is cool is stupid. That could have been taken that way. And what I mean is the people that have the ability to make AI don't seem to have any wisdom to see the consequences on humanity, and that's the sad thing. God. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, because they're like, especially if they have families, if they have children, they don't realize their children have to live in that world that they're creating. One where they're rendered completely meaningless without being the master of their own destiny. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. But whatever. Okay. It's completely irrational, though. I mean, I know you already know this. Obviously, you think about this stuff like I do. They don't need those underground cities if they just choose to not create the machines that are destroying. Like, they're creating the things that are creating the need to have underground cities. They could just live out in the free world in a beautiful environment like this where there's no need for underground cities, but they're choosing to make the machines that create the need for underground cities. It's completely illogical. They could just stop making the stuff. Just say, hey, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't create this technology. It's bad for humanity, but they just do it anyway. It's like, what? I don't think it'll get that far, though. I'm a religious person. I don't know if you are or not, but I believe in God and that He will intervene. Prophecies kind of tell us what's going to happen, so that's where I'm at, but I understand not everybody shares that belief. Oh, shoot. He is going to allow it to get pretty bad, though, unfortunately. Primarily, hopefully, in hopes to get our attention, but people have written him off. Okay. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, it's all actually, because I'm a spiritual person, I believe it's actually demonic. I don't know that human beings actually truly have the will to do the destructive end times type stuff that's going on. I think they're being driven by forces inside their hearts and minds and stuff. And it's all going to come to an end at some point. All right, so let's see. But yeah, it does seem that that's going to be the case. I think even the ones who created the AI, it will not be able to keep it under their control. And they'll be subject to the very tools that they're trying to use to subject others. But who knows? Yeah, I agree. I believe our highest potential is submitting to God, but most people don't find that a popular view. Psalms chapter 2. People trying to break off the shackles of authority, not realizing that the highest authority that there is has their best interests in mind. And casting him off is accepting the direct destruction that was promised. Okay, so I don't really have a plan for this, but I think probably what I'll do, I'll probably just put boards across underneath because I want the top to be flat, and I'll probably just put a piece of plywood on the top. So in order to connect these two sides, I'll just put a board across here, keep it kind of simple. So let's see. Ultimately, no matter what we create as humans, though, it's a laughing stock in the eyes of the Lord. Like, if we think we can subject him, it's just a joke. So he's allowing it for now, but it's not supplanting his authority or ruining his plan or anything like that. Okay, so we got 23 and a half. Let's measure that again. I don't know why that doesn't sound familiar, but apparently that's what it is. So I need 23 and a half. Not that I think he's like this overlord who just laughs at our mistakes. He actually died to save us. But when it comes to people who think that they, in their creativity and ingenuity, can supplant his authority or replace him, that's the stuff that I'm talking about. It's so high above all that, it's not even funny. But okay. Oops, I unplugged it again for good reason. I sometimes have a power strip thing out here. Hey, Virtual Monkey, thanks for the follow. All right, so I'm cutting this. For a second there, I forgot what I was doing. So I'm just going to put these under there like that. Simple solution. Should be pretty strong. And then I might put some angled boards down at the bottom to really reinforce it, but this will give it structure enough that I can use the shelf. Yeah, I'm not really like that deep of a thinker. Like, I can't put to words those kind of things like you're doing there. For me, I'm a faith creature. I really do take him at his word and don't really have it all figured out. Okay. This top part will be ridiculously strong. It's mainly just the bottom, the shearing movement that if I want to get rid of that, then I would have to put a little bit of angled board at the bottom, which I'll probably do, but it's not necessary because this isn't meant to support like thousands of pounds. I just want to be able to put a box of paper up on top for burning materials. So this, as it is now, will be quite sufficiently strong to do that, serve that purpose. The only other thing that I forgot to take into account is I was considering, instead of having these come out this far, I was going to maybe have them angled in, because there's a staircase, like one of those attic stairs that this is going to be right up against. And currently I can move this circle right up close to it, which means it'll have to stick out further because of this angle, but I think I'll just live with that decision. I think it's okay. Through life, silver, energy, frequency, vibration bound together in all space and time. It's fabric consequence. Yeah, I don't really know. He doesn't really explain all the science of how he did things when he created, so could be, but I don't really know how it all works. I believe there truly is something outside science. Like, I don't mean like the Marvel movie Thor, where they demystify magic and supernatural by saying that gods are just higher tech beings in the same universe. I truly believe that God is outside the universe that he created. He doesn't have to follow the scientific rules that we understand. That's a good question. I have my own theories. I mean, because he is love, he wants someone to love. Like, you can't really demonstrate love and mercy and grace and forgiveness and patience, all of his attributes, without beings to show those attributes to. But it's all really speculation until he tells us himself. Okay, I guess I didn't really get that quite in the corner there. It's as good as it can be, I guess. But yeah, he didn't need to create anything at all. He was self-sufficient in himself, but he wanted to. I don't know if it's... I know it's accurate to say he didn't need to, but I don't know how else to expand on it other than he wanted to. Oh, no worries. You're not distracting me at all. I can chat and do at the same time because I have text-to-speech in my ear and I can still use my hands. It's not a distraction. I appreciate the conversation. I don't know that my lowly intellect will satisfy your conversational hopes. Pretty basic, to be honest. Okay, I guess I'll keep that on there, but I needed to move it because it was in the way of where I want to put the screw. Thanks, man. Nope, there's a bunny. Let's see if I can switch cameras here. Got neighborhood bunnies that often come in my yard for some reason. I don't know why. I think they understand it's a place of peace. I get quite a few animals that come here knowing that I'm not going to bother them. They know it's safe. They don't even look over here, not even nervous in my presence, just because they've been around long enough to know that I like animals and don't bother them. I enjoy having them around. Okay. I don't know if these are matching up. It's probably the case that this whole thing is a little bit skewed. And I think that's what I'm seeing here, why this isn't matching up perfectly. I should have tried a little bit harder to get this straight, and I might still be able to accomplish that here. I should probably, okay, I'm gonna undo one of these screws on this side just to test that theory, and move this into what seems to be a straighter position if I can. And then I'll secure the rest of the screws. Because it seems like I didn't have it straight. I wasn't really paying attention to that dimension. I don't have my square out here. I probably should have had that out here to check stuff like that. Oh, we can fix it. That's pretty straight, I can tell, because it's lining up on the edges better than it was over there. Good enough. It doesn't need to be perfect. I just want to make sure it's not massively skewed one way or the other. That's a lot better. It'll be interesting. The thing that I don't really know, I mean, there's a ton of stuff I don't know. That sounded really dumb, arrogant, but one of the things that I really don't know is if God will completely destroy the entire universe, it will be destroyed from all life. All life will be destroyed. That's guaranteed. It's prophesied. But what I don't know is if he'll literally swallow up the entire matter of the universe in that, time. It does talk about the elements will be destroyed. And he talks about in Peter, I can't remember, chapter 3, something like that. But what I don't know is if it's just like, scarred and restarted over, like a big volcanic event where the whole surface is destroyed and then it's reborn later, or if it's literally taken out of existence entirely. He talks about rolling it up like a garment in another passage. The Bible isn't really super clear on scientific stuff, because for all we know, the universe might have been in this cyclical thing where he creates it and destroys it or whatever, but in reality it's still there. He just over time recreates life or something. I don't actually know. My thought generally is that it will literally cease to exist entirely. Like it won't just be scorched with fire. I think it will actually cease to exist, but I don't actually know. I don't think the Bible's super clear about that. Going through a knot or something. Super. A lot of resistance. Well, I actually started on the project of this thing, and that I'm already done with, and then I wanted to start on this one, so I'm actually doing 2 projects in one stream. That's a hilarious question because you're spot on with your analysis. I already did the quick fix, now I'm on to another thing. Usually I like to compartmentalize my streams, and normally I would have liked to restart the stream with a different title, but because time is limited and it takes me quite a while to reset up the stream titles and pictures and all that because I'm streaming on 13 platforms, I decided just to keep streaming and work on the second project, which is pretty unprecedented. I don't normally do that. I like to reset everything in between projects, but make an exception today just in favor of productivity and getting things done. Hey, Milestone. And hey, I don't know if I'll say your name right. K-Suze. Sorry, I probably said that wrong. Kick. I saw your message there. Alright, so I'm going to put the screw back in this hole now that we have it fairly square. Might have to re-drill these holes over here because I'm noticing the gap that I'd like to close. Dang, man. No, you're convicting me. I actually just watched a creator, his name is Wrangle Star, on YouTube talking about how he helped with hurricane relief, and I was like, dang, wish I could have done that. But he's pretty rich, and he has a lot of provisions in his life I don't have. I would love to help others in that way, but unfortunately I'm not in a position to lend that kind of aid. Wish. I've been in positions in the past where I've been able to help with volunteer stuff, but currently it's just not where I'm at. I hope to get the ability to do that in the future again. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm gonna take a bathroom break real quick, but I just thought I might finish before I... How many plates can one man spin? No, I'm not. I'm literally not like you're saying. You're elevating me to a level that I'm not at. I actually struggle with just keeping my focus. Actually, the last hiking live stream that I did, I was talking about that very thing, how my time management ability has gone down the crapper. I don't get as much done as I would like to. And I'm not being hard on myself. It's literally true. I'm pretty unproductive these days. I've been struggling with mental health issues and motivation and all sorts of stuff. Contrary to what it might appear on the stream, I'm pretty messed up. But just trying to make it through, you know, like the rest of us. Okay, I'm currently unemployed, for example. I have no income. I don't know that. I think I've heard that term as well, but I don't know what that means. I have no clue what that means. I'm not knowledgeable in forestry. I actually wish I would have taken classes on that, because I've seen jobs like working with the state parks or national forests, or just being whatever, like a forest ranger. That sounds really cool. Even just working in one of those fire lookout towers, I've thought of applying. I did apply for that at one point, but I don't have the technical forestry know-how. Oh yeah, that would be cool too. It could get super boring, so it would be nice to have like do it with a pair, like either as a couple or have two friends doing it, where you do it for 6 months of the year and they do it for 6 months, or like 1 week at a time, so you could have sort of an alternate lifestyle going on. I don't know that I could stand to like live in a fire lookout tower, you know, for years at a time. I think I'd go insane, but yeah. But yeah, I think I have the makeup to do that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna put one screw in here. It's not really necessary, but I feel better about myself. So these are connected to that a little bit better. Hey, potato guy. I am going to take a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. Hopefully finish this thing up. It's getting pretty close already, actually. Okay, I'm back. Let me test my mic. I always have to mute it whenever I go inside. Looks like it's still working. Okay, we're good. Oh. I don't know if I'll finish this because I need to cut a piece of plywood for the top, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that today. Yeah, I could have peed behind the tree, but nah, I'm right by the bathroom, so. Loitering, you loiterers. Yeah. Funny thing is, I've actually had streams where deers walk right by here, even just like almost behind there, and they don't even mind me that I'm doing all this crazy power tool stuff. I haven't been watching, but I've watched some of my replays and seen, oh, there was a deer right behind me, so now I'm kind of curious. There was a time of year when they came into the property literally every single day at like almost like clockwork at a certain time. So I don't know if they're still in that. I think they come a little bit later though, so probably be after I end the stream. Do I own a dog? No. I'm a adventurer. I like to go hiking all the time and just be free, so I wouldn't mind having a big dog, but just having to like feel like I'm tethered to home because of the pet is problematic for me. So there's dogs all over the neighborhood though, like most of my neighbors have dogs and stuff. Yeah, it would be a nice yard for a dog, although it doesn't currently have a fence all the way around, so I'd have to build a fence. It's weird. I've been on over 1,000 hikes and I've never once seen a bear in my state of Oregon, which seems crazy to me. I know they're here, but I've also never seen a cougar. I've seen many cougar prints though, so I know they're around here. Nope. None of those either. I don't even really see deer or elk that hardly at all on my hikes. All the time in like near houses and stuff. I feel like deer are like trash pandas. What are they called? Raccoons. I think they spend most of their time around humanity. And ironically, humanity is their greatest threat, but I guess they're pretty safe in town or around houses, but yeah, it's interesting. Got Bigfoot up there, nice. Oh, you're on the island? Cool. I have a friend or two up. Actually, I have 2 friends that live up there. All right, so I have to decide. I'm gonna go look through my shop to see if I can find a piece of plywood this right size. Actually, first I'm gonna go to the wood pile, because if I have one, I might do that real quick. Otherwise, I'll probably save this finishing for the next. I'll just do it off stream because it's not really worth setting up a stream just to do a tiny step on a project. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get. Yeah, I would feel a little bit dangerous up north because they have actual. You guys have grizzly bears and wolves and stuff. We don't have grizzly bears or wolves where I live. We have black. But neither of those are generally a threat to humans, except under very special circumstances. So, but grizzlies are like a whole nother story. I would not feel quite as confident going on all the bushwhack hikes that I go on constantly. Like I go hiking in places where nobody goes, so that's kind of what I like to do. And if I lived in an area where there was grizzlies and wolves and stuff, I'd probably, I don't know what I would think about that. Or I'd probably have to carry different equipment, defensive stuff with me that I don't currently feel the need to do, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm not seeing a obvious piece that's big enough for this. Okay, I have a couple pieces here, but I don't think they're big enough. Well, actually, never mind. Here's one. This one might be big enough. Just got a million things stacked on top of it. I'm gonna get out of the way. Hoping this one's big enough. Actually using up quite a bit of this old firewood and OSB and stuff. Kind of nice. Really be that much waste. I'm done. This doesn't look wide enough to me. Just at a glance, I didn't take a measurement, but I'll know in a few minutes when I get back. The problem is I have to pull out my table saw, which I don't really want to. Just foolishly brought my Chatmobile with me. Almost forgot it. Yeah, chopping down a tree would be quite a bit more. This project is really coming together. When do you rig up the jet engine and launch it into space? That's coming next. Yep. I don't know how you figured out my plans. I guess it's kind of obvious the way I was building it. It's ready to be retrofitted. Okay, so I doubt this is wide enough. No, not quite. I think I'm going to use it anyway, rather than waiting for the perfect piece. It's fine. It's almost wide enough. So I need to go grab my table saw. I could use my jigsaw to make it easier. I might do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my jigsaw. I don't want to haul out my table saw for something as simple as this. So I'll be right back. Again, nothing fancy here. It's all very functional, but not necessarily beautiful. If I was making something that needed to look better, I wouldn't use these materials. These are just like random leftover scraps that I have. It's not going to look super beautiful or anything, but it will work. That's all that matters to me. I kind of actually almost prefer, I mean, not like mega ugly things or anything, but just I kind of like things that just look like they're useful, but they don't have to look beautiful. I don't know, that's always been my style of building stuff. I'm not unhappy with things if they don't look super attractive. 23andMe, you'd find your family tree. Chuck Norris and MacGyvers were somehow relations. Find you, like, or just maybe was that an incomplete sentence there? Not sure. Find you in my family tree. Yeah, actually, my uncle is doing a huge genealogy. That's his only big hobby, so he's all about that stuff. All right. Not a very straight line. Oh well, good enough. Could go get my big ruler to use as a guide, but I don't think I'm gonna. Am I gonna bother? I'm gonna bother. That would be worth the trouble. Let me go grab that. If I can find it quickly. think it's out here. Maybe it's, yeah, here it is. I'm gonna take this off. That'd be cool. Nope, unfortunately. When I was a kid, I would have loved to build things like that. When I was a kid, I used to like to build things, not like this kind of stuff, but more just weapon toy things. Like I tried to make my own little crossbow and other little goofy things. Nothing real serious, but I've always enjoyed making stuff. Let's see, that needs to be more farther that way. It's going to be off balance, so I'll do this. Keep it from falling off, and then I might need one more clamp. Let's see, that needs to be farther out. Measure 6,000 times, cut once. I've made so many mistakes in these projects. Not even funny. Well, some people might think it's funny, but I find it quite annoying. I think that's about right. Yep, it's true. Okay, I'm gonna need one more clamp for the other side. I'll be right back. I should have thought of that while I was over there, but I didn't. Pretty much done, so I don't really need a bunch more tools or anything. Happy that I'll probably finish this project before dark. I mean, there's a few things that I might want to add to it, but I'm essentially done with it. Effectively. Okay. So, how far out is this? I'm on the 68.5. Oh, 70. Okay, just a little bit past the 70 there. I already forgot what it looked like. 72, just shy of 72. There we go. Oh, sorry, man. That would be cool. Yeah, well, actually, it's more for your sake, because it's so boring to watch that if you could skip to the end, that would be more interesting. Okay. I'm always amazed if anybody watches my streams, because it's pretty boring stuff, but it is unique. I mean, not really hardly anybody, if anybody, doing this kind of stuff on stream that I'm aware of. Oops, that's not the right thing to plug in. That's the thing. All right, hopefully having this guide will actually be a benefit, not a hindrance of some sort. Should have got another clamp for over there, but I didn't. Dang, pizza sounds really good. I was thinking of pizza earlier today. I wish I had some. Somehow I was going off course. I wasn't pushing it up against the ruler very well. I think I fixed it well enough. It's not perfect, but good enough. All right, I just need to screw this down. I don't know if there's any other modifications I might want to do to have better support in the middle, but I can always add those later. I'm sort of feeling like maybe should have a center support board or something, but I can figure that out in just a second here and see what it feels like. Just gonna put that there, try to get it relatively centered. Possibly. Probably could. It's not, well, no, it's a little bit probably beyond my capacity. It's not crazy heavy though. If you could get it balanced just the right way, maybe the weight itself wouldn't be too much to bench, but the shape would be very awkward. Kind of like how in the old Superman movies where he's, you know, holding that huge sheet of ice to drop on the chemical factory. It's like, wouldn't it just break off right at that point? Or, you know, some of that physics stuff that they like to ignore. Or he's holding the entire Statue of Liberty, you know, at a point where if he did, it would probably crumble, you know, whatever. Just got to ignore that stuff. Okay, so the thing I need to decide is if I want to put, oh shoot, actually, I think it's going to be good as it is. I forgot that ring goes up in the middle there, so I won't easily be able to put anything up. I know. I actually love the 70s and 80s Superman movies with Christopher Reeves. Oops. Just hit a screw there, so I gotta put it in somewhere else. Christopher Reeve. I just want to say Reeves. I think it's Reeve. Yeah, that's cool. I think the first one is probably my favorite, just because it established all the characters and stuff, but the second one was pretty epic. Especially the Richard Donner cut. How it was supposed to be. Number 3 and 4 were kind of junk though. Like, I like the fact that they're still Christopher Reeve, but the plots and the characters are pretty dumb. Okay, let's see. just wish he didn't die, you know? Like, it would have been cool if he kept making movies of that type. Like, nowadays they do so many remakes and stuff. It'd be awesome to have a modern movie with him as like an older Superman or something. Logan's Run. Oh yeah, I actually haven't seen that. I've heard of it, but I didn't even know that was a sci-fi movie, to be honest. Alright, whoa, I spoke too soon. I was like, alright, I'm done. And I was like, do something crazy. Yeah, I'll check it out sometime, or I'll forget all about it. But sometimes I want something to watch while I'm working inside programming or something. Just have a movie going while I'm doing that. Okay, so here's the reveal. So we got a wood ring down below for stuff like this, except I need to, I guess it's not really done because I need to still put, I need to permanently attach these probably, which I could do that right now, I guess. Yeah, may as well do that right now. Always wanted to have these on there. Okay, yeah, let's just do that right now. Not sure how centered those are. May as well make it look halfway good. Crap, it moved. Okay, let's just get one side screwed in first. It's gonna get dark soon. Going straight into a knot there, so that was a little bit of a struggle. Well, as far as I know, it should all be retro video game music. I can't actually hear what you guys are hearing, unfortunately. I'm listening to different video game remixes in my headphones. Yeah, I'm a big fan of 8-bit and 16-bit video games. I actually used to do a little bit of gaming streaming of the old classics, but don't really do a whole lot of that these days. Starting to get a little bit dark here. I think I'll put it on auto. I don't really like auto because it goes up and down all the time, but I'm just almost done with the stream anyway. Yeah, I think I've essentially got every 16-bit game in this music collection. Every, more specifically, every Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, and Super Nintendo. So I unfortunately don't get to hear the music when I'm streaming. But sometimes I just listen to it off stream, and so I get to hear the music. I can't remember how many hours of tracks the collection has, but it's pretty big. I always hand pick a song to start the stream, so that the title screen at the beginning of all my streams, I handpick those songs to start it out, but then it just goes randomized for the rest of the stream, and I never have a clue what's playing. Nope, no Iron Man suit. They're not nearly that sophisticated here. Ow, dang it. Thought I was immune to slivers through these gloves, but one snuck through. Shoot, I think it pulled out, so I think it's jammed in there, thankfully, but that was a pretty good stab. Okay. Yeah, no, I've seen those videos too, just to kind of watch that kind of stuff. These days, I don't really, I'm not going to worry about putting that on there. These days I watch different stuff. I don't know what I watch anymore. I've kind of gotten tired of some of the old YouTube content that I've been watching, and sort of trying to recalibrate it to show me new, interesting stuff, and it can be challenging if it just keeps showing you the same stuff over and over. But I'd also like to not spend as much time on YouTube anyway, but sometimes, I live alone and don't really have a social life, so it's kind of between, if I'm going to watch something, it's generally YouTube or live streams. I still occasionally throw a movie in. I have a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't do streaming services like Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever. I don't have any of those, so I just throw in a movie from my collection from time to time. Sort of been in the mood to watch Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter again. Those are kind of my go-tos when I just want something to watch. Okay. So the wood goes down there, and I'll reveal, I already mentioned, but just reveal visually why I just built that shelf on the top. So I can put all the burnables like cardboard and paper, which I already have in this big Rubbermaid style bin. I just didn't really have a place to put them, and they were just making a mess in here, so I've always wanted a place for them to go. So that's basically what I was building today. Actually, it's big enough I could put it like that, which is sick. Now I have even more storage. That's awesome. Pretty strong too. That could support quite a bit of weight. I might eventually also build some kind of cabinet up here, because it really could go all the way to the ceiling, and that would use that space really effectively. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this. I might, like I said, I might put some angled supports down here like this. I'd have to change where these boards are, cut them a little bit shorter, but Anyway, it's strong enough, but there is a little bit of wobble, as you can see. So the other thing is I could do it like this too. Either way, I'll put some kind of angled support. It's actually probably right here, but I won't do that on stream because I'm basically done, and I'll just do that like in my own time. But yeah, that'll make it really nice and strong, and yep, that's it. Thanks, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna head out for the night. Thanks for joining me today. It's good to meet you. Papa Paul 3000 and others that dropped by earlier. Thanks, dude. Thanks for keeping me entertained while I kept you bored, I'm sure. What a wonderful exchange. I will see you all later.